Sherwin Bitsui. Tonight I draw a raven's wing inside a circle, measured a half a second. Before it expands into a hand, I wrap its warm grip over our feet, as we thrash against pine needles inside the earthen pot. He sings an elegy for handcuffs, whispers its moment of silence at the crunch of rush hour traffic, and speaks the dialect of a forklift, lifting like cedar smoke over the messes, anchored to the furthest block, to headlights flare from the blue dusk. The eyes of ravens peer at, coyote biting his tail in the forklift, shaped like another reservation, another canceled check. One finger pointed at him, that one, dishwasher. He dies like this, with emergency lights blinking through the creases of his ribbon shirt. A light buzzed loud and snapped above the kitchen sink. I didn't notice the sting of the warning, coyotes scattering headlights instead of stars. Howling dogs silenced by the thought of the moon, constellations rattling from the atmosphere of the quivering gourd. How many Indians have stepped onto train tracks, hearing the hoofbeats of horses and the bend of the river, rushing at them like a cluster of veins, scrawled into words on the unmade bed in the cave on the backside of the lie. Soldiers eye the birth of a new atlas. 1 more mile, they say, 1 more mile. After reading Atlas many times, and each time being more confused than I was before, I went online to research Bitsui and the words he used. I found out that he was a Navajo Indian and he grew up on a Navajo nation, which some of the lines he referred to in the poem I feel like refers to his upbringing and things that they focused on. He writes, he sings an elegy for handcuffs, and I would research an elegy, which is a mournful, melancholic, or plaintive poem that is typically a funeral song or a lament for the dead. So it's kind of like referring to, it's kind of a sad poem. I liked the last 3 stanzas, and I think that by itself there's so much emotion talking about the ever-changing life and movements of the Indians. Then there's in the cave on the backside of a lie, soldiers eye the birth of a new atlas. These 2 lines to me showed how the poem is about life and how it changes right in front of us. No 2 days are the same, and our outlooks and plans are ever changing. I ended up randomly picking this poem off the list, and I'm glad that I ended up with Atlas, because it is a different change from the poems that I've read before, where the message is more visible than embedded in its words. Overall, after reading the poem several times, the last 3 stanzas made me like this poem and what Bitsui had to say.